there was a lot of combination moves that were hit, as you mentioned, with the Lucha Bros and the Butcher and the Blade, where Butcher would do a move with Phoenix, and then Blade would do a move with Pentagon. In this case, FTR and the Young Bucks were doing moves. They were both doing They were both doing combo moves, regardless of who they were doing it with.
Yeah, but there was sort of like the opposite to that was when FTR were in control. It was very quick tags between Cash and Dax.
Yeah.
And there's a moment when Cash is looking for a tag, notices that Dax is sort of on the side, but not ready to be the tag. But Matt is stood there just waiting, and Cash and Dax sort of make eye contact, like, yeah, I think we're gonna have to, we need to tag him in. There's no other choice, and they tag Matt in, which was a really nice small part of this story they've got going on, where it just felt like to begin with, Cash and Dax didn't want to tag in the Bucks, but now they were left with no choice.
Yeah, and once they did, it kind of shit hit the fan. It became amazing.
Big time, big time.
So, one example, Cash Wheeler grabbing hold of Rey Fenix for a super kick dragon suplex combo with Nick. Rey Fenix is amazing. I just wrote.
No, you don't need any context for it.
I don't. When he's like running nearly around, just running rings around everyone. Matt fakes a super kick, which goes into a DDT from Dax. This was really nice teaming, and they both acknowledged it as well. Nick and Cash hit a shatter machine. Nick and Dax hit the spike pile driver. All four men tag each other in. Matt and Dax hit a superplex on Blade, whilst Cash and Nick go to another turnbuckle. Cash hits a splash from another turnbuckle. This is followed up by a senton from Nick. The pin is split up by Phoenix, splashing onto Matt, forcing him to fall onto the pin. The Bucks are about to go for a Meltzer driver, which is then split up when Phoenix runs across the top rope to punt Nick in the head. It's a favourite spot in the match for me, this. Nick trades Enziguri's with Penta. Penta is then forced down onto his knees, onto his hands and knees, onto all fours, and Phoenix jumps off Penta's back to hit a Canadian Destroyer on Nick onto the mass of the other five guys. So they all just collapse. This was the word I used was orgasmic.
I think that's very, very good.
Matt accidentally super kicks Dax. The Lucha Bros hit a driver. I didn't quite catch the name. I got LB.
LB driver. Lucha
Bros. The LB driver. Oh yeah, I didn't put two and two together and work that out. Okay, yeah, the LB driver for the win. If there was any way the faces were to lose, this was it. I was very confident FTR and the Young Bucks would win this one.
Yeah, well, I was going to say in our predictions video, I think you were a little bit more than me, because I thought that something like this may happen where there is a miscommunication. And it leads to them losing. But then I was more strongly in favour of the one-upping each other that they'd done in previous weeks. But yeah, holy shit.
Yeah.
Is how I would describe this match. It was brilliant.
I mean, looking at it from the booking perspective, beforehand, if you'd have told me that the heel was going to win, I wouldn't have been very happy, but I probably would have thought maybe they'll manage to pull it round. Looking at it now, afterwards, with hindsight, looking at the booking, honestly, I keep on rhyming things. This fuels the feud.
Oh.
This takes the two teams out of the title picture, because they don't need to be in the title picture. It's probably better they're not, really. Give me Omega and Page versus the Lucha Bros as soon as you can.
Well, Yeah, we talked about FTR Lucha Bros next week, and I think FTR might win that.
I think they should.
And I think they'll undefeated, so they'll remain undefeated as a tag team, and that will also fuel the feud between them by FTR going, well, we beat the Lucha Bros, you got pinned by them.
Yeah.
So that can absolutely add fuel onto the fire of their feud, but almost not feud, because it's like they're not feuding, but every smark knows they're feuding. Yeah, and they also shook hands at the end of the match as well.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about the handshaking. I think I'm okay with it.
Just about, I'm all right with it.
Because I'm hoping that it's going to be a slow on this.
There were a few passive-aggressive moments in the match.
There was a blind tag from the Bucks in particular, which didn't please FTR. So there was elements of this tension between the two teams, but then brilliantly there was also elements of the fact that they were really good teamwork together. So I think this is a slow one. This is going to be dragged out, and do you know what? I'm completely okay with that.
Yeah, me too. And any match that moves the Lucha Bros up the card is good news. They need to be in the title picture as soon as possible.
Yes.
I think they would belong at the top of the card, and moving forward, that's where they should be.